Greetings, royal family. I'm back. Thanks for clicking on the video. Lauryn Hill's daughter. Did you guys get an opportunity to watch her 2 hour video talking about her life growing up with an absentee father and what she had to endure with her mother? You didn't see it? Well, I'll break it down. Make sure you're liking the video. Please drop your respectful comments throughout the commentary. I greatly appreciate it. So, Lauryn Hill's daughter, SELAH MARLEY, she has opened up pretty much about the trauma she said that she had to deal with due to her childhood. So she sat down on Instagram Live 2 hours. You know, she's 20-year-old. She spoke candidly about growing up with her famous mother and how having an absent father had affected her current relationships or all of her relationships. So she opened up the video asking her audience in the beginning, how many of you grew up without a father? So many responded saying that, they didn't grow up without a father as well. And some even shared that they grew up without a mother. Now, this is Rohan Marley, who is SELAH's father, Lauryn Hill's ex. And that's an old picture of Lauryn Hill. So SELAH, she shared that, that she would oftentimes Google what it's like to have a father because her father, Rohan Marley, he's the son of the late Bob Marley, he was not present in her life. And she shared that she couldn't understand why he wasn't around. And she even wondered, where are you? Why aren't you here? Why don't I see you? All reasonable questions of a child who has a parent that is not involved and they don't see often. Now, I did read a few articles right after watching SELAH's video. And most of the headlines in the articles, they focused on her relationship with her mother, Lauryn Hill. And I'll give my thoughts on that toward the end of the video. But she did make mention of how her father being absent affected her life and how she felt about that. And then she also, got candid about her mother. She had a lot to get off of her chest about her mother, and she mentioned how she's still traumatized from the physical discipline that she received from her mother growing up. She said her mother was always angry, sad, and unapproachable. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, but that's pretty much in a nutshell what she said. So SELAH, she referred to the belt beating tradition of some black parents as slave-ish. She said that in her video. She says that she feels that because her mother disciplined her and her siblings physically, the only response she knows to conflict is physical action. So basically, she has a hard time communicating using her words because of the way that her mother chose to discipline her when she was younger. So she feels that because she was so upset, Lauryn Hill, that is, because her mother was so upset with everything that was going on with her father, Rohan, her children pretty much were casualties of Lauryn's anger. So she said that her mother would take out her anger that she had toward her father on her and her siblings. So she feels that, her parents should have terminated their pregnancy. She didn't hold back when she said that. And she said, even though, her parents don't believe in that method, they should have terminated the pregnancies. Yikes. So SELAH and Lauryn, SELAH, she said that Lauryn was angry because she was, being attacked by the media. She went through hell and high water when she was with and even after she decided to part ways from the Fugees. And what's his name? What's his name? Wyclef. There was scandals surrounding them. It was just a lot going on. She filed for bankruptcy. Her music career pretty much ended. She chose to leave the music industry because she said, Lauryn Hill, that is, her son Zion, they wanted her to terminate her pregnancy. And she chose not to. Anywho, so back to SELAH. She said that Lauryn Hill basically was angry because she was, being attacked by the media. She was going through her own ish. And at the time, she was raising 5 kids with a man who didn't really know her. He was not around. So she was pretty much kind of doing this on her own. Lauryn Hill did have the help of her parents because that is who Selah and not all of the siblings, but some of the siblings grew up living with from time to time. And Lauryn Hill would, get into it with other family members. So there was a lot of conflict and a lot of turmoil that she grew up in. And she said that, her childhood was pretty much without peace and there was constant family issues going on. So she has participated in therapy. She said that she's gone numerous times. She says she feels that it hasn't really worked. Some of the methods that these therapists use don't really work for her. And she fears that she will be stuck in her trauma and unable to change, and she does not want her family looking at her bad in a bad way because she can't change. So she wants to get help. She wants to turn things around. She also made it clear that since the 6th grade, her mother has, quote, calmed down, and that Lauryn has made massive emotional changes and she's abandoned a lot of her toxic, or what Selah considers toxic, behaviors. And she said that she's proud of her mother. She's definitely proud of her mother. And I respect that. So following Selah's Instagram video, right? She didn't like the way that the media outlets wrote about, her video. So she posted, "Jesus Christ. The discussion that I had was a larger conversation about a certain trauma that I experienced from a lack of unity in the household. This is nothing new. This is commonplace for many people, and I'm glad so many of you were able to resonate with the healing that I speak of. But please, do not go bashing my parents right now, especially my father. I never said I did not love him. I said that their shortcomings created trauma that I now need to consciously and actively heal from. And this is why, young lady, that you should be cautious of what you air to the public." So, even though her video can be watched, in its entirety, people will chop and screw your words, edit it the way they want, and then a salacious narrative is created. A lot of these television shows do it. A lot of these media outlets do that. So, but I do like her response, the way that she articulated. She made mention, she understands that her parents had shortcomings, and because of that, it created trauma. And now she is an adult, and she has to consciously and actively heal from it. So she acknowledges, what happened to her. And now that she's an adult, she has to take responsibility. Bottom line, you do, you definitely do. Anyway, but like I said, yeah, some of the articles that I read, they just focus on getting detailed with how Lauryn Hill would discipline her daughter. And, it makes people want to read. I read them. But anyway, I myself, like I said, I read those articles, and they could have done without being very detailed, like down to the T of how she disciplined her kids, but whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, let me move on to my thoughts before I close out this video. She seems to have an understanding that both her parents are human, and they have flaws. I didn't get the feeling that her intent was to bash her mother. She was speaking her truth, which she has the right to do. She is an adult, and you can't heal what you don't acknowledge, right? That's what Iyanla says. And she acknowledged that her mother changed since she was in the 6th grade. She's 20 now. So her mother definitely made a conscious effort to heal and do better, right? This is life, and I'm not saying that to trivialize, Selah's experiences, but to make it clear that even your parents can be in an effed up place and can definitely grow and overcome, just like any other human beings. Sometimes kids, when they're growing up, they see their parents as like superheroes, and sometimes they don't have the understanding that ish gets real, and mom or dad may break down and go through it, and they'll go through it the best way that they can with the tools that they have at that time to deal with the issues, right? It happens to the best of us. So, people do the best that they can, with the level of understanding that they have at the time. That's just my opinion. So there's always room for growth though, right? Once you acknowledge that a change needs to take place and you actually want to make a change for the better, right? And then you do it, that's pretty much when the progress begins, you know? So so this young lady, in my opinion, I think that she will learn, you know, that when life hits you with things that you did not expect and aren't prepared for, I think that she'll remember, you know, how her mother fought through all of the things that she went through herself, and I think that she'll respect her mother. I think the respect will strengthen even the more. I mean, it seems like she does respect her mother. You know, she said that she was very proud of her. So experience is the best teacher, young lady. Keep living and you'll learn. So if you saw the video in its entirety, it's 2 hours. I didn't sit there consecutively for 2 hours, but I did stop and play. Let me know what you think. I pretty much gave you the short summarization of the video, but I encourage you to watch it if you have time. You know, watch it. Why not? It's very detailed. She gets very, very detailed, and a little graphic, but I just hope that people don't start attacking Lauryn Hill. And as far as her father, he is married and he seems to be in the limelight, and you know, for him, yo, there's no excuse, bro. Your daughter's living alive. Why has she grown up without you? And I think I don't remember, she said that they talk a little bit more now than they did before. But I just think that everybody needs to own their part in this situation. She's 20 now, but she didn't ask to be here. So these kids don't ask to be here. So, I mean, you know, but I'm wishing her well. You know, she seems to be on the right path to healing, and I'm all here for it. So, Royal Family, what I want you to do is share your thoughts. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Like the video if you enjoyed the commentary. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join our Royal Family. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. Shout out to my A1 Day Ones holding it down, you know, just watching the progress of the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you click the notification bell and select all so you don't miss any of my uploads. All right, I'm rambling at this point. I love you for watching, and until next time, peace.